Okay, everyone, this is like, I don't know what you call it, breaking news, emergency video I gotta make or something, but like Elon Musk is just going off the rails on X right now, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. He's just like saying everything that he worked for and do is going undone, and he's going on the route that like Trump is not that good of a guy we think he is after he's worked with him. And he's totally against like this big beautiful bill, and he just went and exposed. And the reason why they're not releasing the Epstein files is because Trump is all over it. Like, all this is coming out. I'm just looking at his Twitter feed. Um, I don't use Twitter that much. I just had to jump on and see what the heck is going on. So forgive me if I'm not navigating it very well, but I am just blown away already. Increase this a little bit more and move myself out of the way. I'm just blown away about like what's going on. So um, Elon retweeted that Congress warns failure to pass spending bill might delay destruction of the country. I don't know how much you guys believe Babylon B. Elon, great work turning a lengthy paperwork retirement process into a simple digital one. This is talking about with Doge here. This is what it comes down to. This is posted 7 hours ago. That I think was the real wake up call for me was seeing that the interest payments on the national debt exceeded the Defense Department budget. I just don't want America to go bankrupt. Yeah, like the country spending and government spending is like it is out of control. Let's see, there's some more up here that I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. It says yes. The majority of Republican voters strongly agree with Elon and want the build back build. Uh, I'm screwing up what BBW stands for. The big beautiful bill trimmed down. Um, Elon left the Democratic Party and sacrificed much of his relentlessly supported the GOP. Sorry, I can't speak. This is just like, I'm sorry. There's so much going on right now that I'm trying to catch up on. Um, Elon Musk, a few years ago, my initial interest in electric cars and solar was not environmentally driven. It was rather from the standpoint that we must have a long term solution for the production of energy. Basically, we need to move away from fossil fuels. I am still skeptical about like how do you move away from fossil fuels? We depend on it for everything we need. Like if we stop the production of fossil fuels, we are screwed. That's what I'm talking about. Like we're screwed. We need another primary energy source. I don't know what it is, but like right now, solar is like barely does anything. Wise words. I can't believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. I am Republican and I am embarrassed. This is something Donald Trump put down 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Um, Elon Musk retweeted, 4 essential functions of government according to Milton Friedman. 1, defense from foreign enemies. Number 2, protect the individual citizens from abuse and coercion by other citizens. Number 3, define the rules. Number 4, judicial system, mechanisms for adjudicating disputes around the meaning of rules. Let's see, another one, Kennedy is frustrated. Musk is frustrated. I think he believes, in my judgment correctly, that we're quickly becoming debt slaves. That Congress needs to rearm the magical healing power of no, and I agree with it. Having said that, I am not ready to throw in the towel on this bill. Let's see. So I couldn't agree more. This was 6 hours ago. No member of Congress should be eligible for re-election if our country's budget is not balanced. Deficits not allowed. This again is a tweet from 13 years ago. Like, where is this Donald Trump? We haven't heard of this kind of Donald Trump. The Donald Trump we have now is all about spending, and he says we're not. He's trimming down programs that he doesn't care for or give a crap, but he wants to spend on stuff that benefits him and a few of his friends. Sensible move by Donald Trump. What's this one? let's see. The Democrats are calling Trump's decision to end federal funding for California's high-speed rail project heartless. With just 35 years left to complete, the project was so close to completion, you could almost imagine your grandchildren riding the rails. Trump cutting funding for California high-speed rail. Um, let's see. Elon says, keep the good, remove the bad. Another slim, beautiful bill for the win. Okay, here's one. Whatever. This is from 5 hours ago. Keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill. Even though no oil and gas subsidies are touched, very unfair. But ditch the mountain of disgusting pork in the bill. In the entire history of civilization, there has never been legislation that both big and beautiful. Everyone knows this. Either you get a big and ugly bill or a slim and beautiful bill. Slim and beautiful is the way. Elon Musk, let's see, he's retweeting Doge designer breaking U.S. inches towards $37 trillion national debt. I can't even fathom that kind of money. Like, that is so much money. And how did the country get there? Honestly. It's just crazy. All right, so he's saying false. This bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. All right, let's see what this is about. Let's see. I need to get some sound on here. 1 second. I don't think I get sound. What's going on? Oh, here we go. Okay, let's start over.
But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, it became a little bit different. And I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody. And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Mr. President, I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy.
That was a good question. I wish we knew the answer to that. So who do you guys believe? Elon says he knew nothing about it until way later. And Trump says he knew everything about it. Who do you guys believe? Comment that, please. I want to know. Let's see. 5 hours ago, from Representative Andy Ogles. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. You know, I'm all in for more cuts to the bill. It's big, but it's not beautiful yet. Yeah. Let's see. Elon continues to mount the high school pressure campaign. Let's see. This is what we just read recently about, Donald Trump from his tweets from a long time ago, more than 10 years ago. Another one of it. Where is this guy? Yeah, like so many of these tweets back of 2011. Like, we could use the balanced budget amendment. Politicians don't have the will to cut spending. I can't believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. I am Republican and I'm embarrassed. Yep, read that. We need a balanced budget amendment because Congress has no fiscal discipline. Yep. The Republicans should not give Barack Obama the authority to raise the debt another $1.2 trillion counting. That was from January 2012. Again, Barack Obama is bankrupting this country. His budget adds another 4.4 trillion to the debt, putting us over 20 trillion in total debt by 2016. Wow. 20 trillion, we're almost at like 40 trillion. Like, holy goodness. Like all these like old tweets, right? And even Donald Trump is having a hard time cutting spending, or maybe he just doesn't want to because he's doing a lot of things that benefits him. He doesn't care if the country gets in more debt as long as he gets a little bit some for himself and maybe some of his buddies who helped him get there and whatnot. So 100. So this is another one that Elon is repeating of Trump from 2012. No member of Congress should be eligible for re-election if our country's budget is not balanced. Deficit's not allowed. Yes. Let's see. 4 hours ago exactly. The Trump administration should recognize Elon's point about the budget and build a bridge with him and the majority of Americans who want to see us cut spending. There's more to this. So here's what they admin should say do. We hear you, Elon. We are going to sharpen our pencils and reiterate on the big, beautiful bill to address Americans' people's concerns over the debt. Let's see. Elon reposted someone. Kazin Azadu. I'm sorry if I can't read your name. What a waste of time by our president. Rather than making this about Elon, he should simply make clear the conditions under which this bill will reduce the deficit, how we will create those conditions. He was elected to lead, not fight with citizens. I know, right? It just makes me wonder, like, what's going on with Trump? And just a quick disclaimer, like, I don't like Republicans or Democrats. I have my own personal problems with both of them. They both suck in my eyes. They first play these tactics of politics of like, get me in, I'll do these things. When they get in, they don't do it. They'll just say, oh, the other side prevented me from doing this, re-elect me and I'll keep fighting, but they never do. They never fight. They return the favors of the corporations and the people who got them in office before they get to the American people. And I believe both Democrats and Republicans do that. I truly do. But when they get in power, they can do like elite stuff, like benefit themselves, a personal interest, get rich, right? Elon, this is 4 hours ago. Elon has been entirely 100% consistent about this from the beginning. Something else. I'll look at that later. Yeah, we read that earlier. Wait, breaking. Trump just went to bat for Elon Musk outside the White House while examining the Teslas. Remember this? Elon Musk's been very consistent. This was from a while ago, from 2021 on the federal budget. You just can't spend $3 trillion more than you earn every year and don't expect something bad to happen. Something's got to give. Yeah. Well, there's a lot to read here. I'll just read the main points. And the big, ugly spending bill will make things much worse. Elon Musk is on point. Last year, in my Fistius report, I exposed that in 2024 alone, Americans paid $892 billion in interest. That's 10% of the entire federal budget. Gone. Not for bridges, schools, or healthcare, just to keep the creditors at bay. Now, who are these creditors? Making money off the interest of government spending, right? Who is that exactly? He's saying keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill. Also, keep all the crazy spending increases in the big, ugly bill so that America doesn't go bankrupt. Let's see. Someone says he's not wrong. Elon said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Democrats control the House and Republicans would be 51-49 Senate. Such ingratitude. Do you guys believe that? Do you guys believe that Trump got the election, got the presidency with the help of Elon Musk? I personally believe so. But Elon's not spending $250 million for nothing. He's going to try to make a return on that investment as well. Because he gets like what? Correct me if I'm wrong. And please comment if I'm wrong about this, but isn't like 30% of his wealth coming from government contracts? It's something like crazy right out there. If I'm wrong, or if I'm, if I'm right, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. So the big ugly bill will increase the deficit by $2.5 trillion. This isn't the debt. This is the deficit. The deficit meaning you spend more than you take in, right? And it's already way high. I don't even know what the deficit is. It's like out there, right? It's so crazy. So right now, we have a deficit of $2 trillion, right? It keeps growing. Our interest payments are higher than our defense budget. Let's see. So this is exactly Elon Musk, that from Thomas Massey, representative, right? Some politicians get into politics to enrich themselves. I absolutely believe that 100%. 100%. Maybe that's why they can't imagine someone would judge a bill based on what's good for the country instead of what's good for their wallet. This article from December shows Elon wasn't in it for the EV tax credits. There's so much going on. Okay, I want to keep going up to this Epstein stuff. This is about spending. He just went on a tirade about spending, right? Who is right, Elon or Donald Trump? Ooh, I don't. Cast your votes, guys. Can I see the results without? I can't see the results without voting, huh? I don't want to cast a vote yet. But I am disappointed in Trump. But, I there's a little bit of me that believes that, like, Elon, like, he does want to cut government spending. He does want to control the spending that's going on in our country and, get the deficit down and also get the debt down too, right? But at the same time, he still is trying to have a personal interest in this. He's trying to benefit out of this as well. So it's just one of those, it's like watching evil versus evil unfold. Epstein stuff, sorry. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here we go. Did I pass anything? Actually, hold on. Let me read this real quick. Yes, Elon. So, President versus Elon. Who won? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached, and J.D. Vance should replace him. Time to drop the real big bond. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Just have a nice day. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come. That's so crazy that they just put that statement out there. So this one, eyebrow raised by AG Hamilton 29. The relationship between Trump and Epstein is well established. Trump flew on Epstein's plane at least 7 times, though it's not clear he ever went to the island. Here is what Trump said about Epstein in 2002, I could say, or 2002, New York Magazine profile. Epstein likes to tell people that he's a loner, a man who's never touched alcohol or drugs, and one whose nightlife is far from energetic. And yet, if you talk to Donald Trump, a different Epstein emerges. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. Trump booms from a speakerphone. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life. No, that's an exact quote from Trump. Like, we've all heard this, though. We've all seen plenty of pictures of Trump with Epstein. And nothing about it, right? Nothing happens about it. We know about it, but nothing gets done, right? No one goes, oh, what's going on? And you're just like, I don't know, guys have proof and nothing. I'm disappointed in the guy. That's what you hear from Trump. Like, I'm just disappointed in him. And it's unfortunate I never knew this about him. Um, the Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. Can I finally say that Trump's tariffs are super stupid? So this is a video of Trump with Jeffrey Epstein. Of course, Trump around young, beautiful women. In 1992, Trump partied with Jeffrey Epstein. Just gonna leave this here. Like, we all knew this, and still, majority of Americans voted for him. Majority of Americans voted for this. I think people saw this, said, you know what, I'm willing to push this aside as long as you can get rid of these illegal immigrants and bring down inflation and end woke stuff. I think people are willing to turn the other way for this. As long as we get rid of woke stuff, we get rid of illegal immigrants, and inflation goes down. You know, because remember, the first term of Trump presidency, people did have a little bit better, better income, more money in their pocket. And then this inflation went out of control. But then people want to argue, because of Barack Obama's policies is what Trump benefited from. That could be true. I don't know it. I mean, someone feel free to explain in the comment section about that. By no means am I like coming out like I know anything. Like, I'm not going to defend Democrats or Republicans at all. But I'm willing to listen to what people have to say and tell me what they believe is true. Elon's stance is principled. Trump's stance is practical. Tech needs Republicans for the present. Republicans need tech for the future. Drop the tax cuts. Cut some pork and get the bill through. So Elon Musk 4 hours ago put a poll saying, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents 80% in the middle? Me personally, it doesn't matter. I want to say no because it doesn't matter. It's always going to be corrupt people going in for the greed. You can get Republicans and Democrats who represent the actual needs of people, but they don't. They go in to enrich themselves. So if you create another party, they're just going to do the same thing. They're just going to say what you want to hear, so you vote them in, and then they're not going to do what you voted them in for. They have to return the favors to the people who got them in power to begin with. The people who gave them the huge sums of money. We don't vote based on grassroots at all. Like, look at the primaries. Like, when you vote, you look at the primaries, you see the list of names. Say you're Republican, you see the list of names of Republicans. The only one people are going to vote for are the ones they see on TV the most. The ones whose faces are all over advertised, that you hear on the news. The names that you see on there, they probably have the interest for you, but they just don't get the corporate money that comes out where it gets their faces all over the place, where you're conditioned to be like, oh, I see this face all the time. He's a Republican. I'm going to vote for this guy. And Democrats, the same thing. They both do this, and it's frustrating as hell. They don't represent us. They just go in and say, I'm going to do A, B, and C for you guys. They get in, and they don't. And they come back saying, oh, I tried, but they prevented me. But you know what? I'm going to keep fighting, keep re-elect me, and I'll be in the fight. Nothing happens. Nothing gets done. But you know what? They get richer. Republican or Democrat, they get richer. They align with their interests. And they pass these bills where they sneak in crap that gets them richer, while they just put on this big face that it's meant to cut taxes, but at the same time it enriches them, it favors them individually and some of the people who got them into office in the first place. Our whole political system is just corrupt, and it's freaking pathetic. It needs to end. Like, something needs to be done. Get the money out. Get the corruption out. We need an anti-corruption bill of some kind. And it's frustrating. Excuse the rant, but yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that's about all. Let's see if there's anything new. Let me refresh. No, that's about it. Yeah, he pinned that, but this whole Elon and versus Trump, and I guess Elon's not happy with how things are going, and he's frustrated with Trump, and then, I mean, the big Bob one that, Trump is all over the Epstein files. And then you have the director of FBI going, oh, we can't release it yet because, A, B, and C, we don't want to harm the other victims in this and blah, blah. It's like, shut up. You know you're full of crap. You're talking like a politician. Like they know, and they're not gonna say, and they probably got threatened or something, right? Bribed, not release it, something. You know, it's politics all over again. It's corrupt politics, and it's frustrating as hell. Anyway, this was just breaking. I needed to make this video, so please let me know. Please leave a like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. Leave comments, please. I do read them because this one's the most interesting one. So, all right, guys. Until next time. Bye.